Okay, so I've already done my composition. So just did it exactly the same as before. The only difference this time is I've actually done it bigger. So I said I would do it on half a page rather than splitting the page into four. So I've just done it a bit bigger. It's the same, exactly the same process as last time. Because it's bigger, I've used slightly more shapes, but not very many more. I still want it to be quite simple, so I've just tried to make the shapes bigger. What I want you guys to think about when you are doing this is you are using the paint, so maybe using the media, sorry. So you're thinking about how media works. So I want you to think about using quite limited colour. So think about using harmonious colours, so one section of the colour wheel, maybe three colours off that, so let's say blue, red and purple. Okay, so just think about kind of narrowing your colours a little bit. Just for this test, you can go crazy with colour later. All right. So, like I said in the introduction, if you didn't watch it, which is fine, I'm just going to do certain bits and then let it dry. So, I'm just going to crack on in here. I'm going to... Okay, so we're back, and after a little bit of camera adjusting, and you'll notice that I've done this one as well. This one's a bit wetter, but just to talk you through the processes. So this one here, I used cling film. I'm actually gonna just zoom in, like so you can see the effect. So I just left the cling film on there to dry for a bit, and then on here I've used salt. That one was just like blending. You can see a little bit where that salt's come in, like come off that bit into that section, but that's all right. And then dry brushing there, bit of dry brushing there. On here, I used a lot of dry brushing actually, and I really like, I added water to this one after I'd kind of finished it, and it's made all the paint go a bit funny, and I quite like that texture. And then just dry brushing, cross hatching on there. So I'm kind of happy with how they look at the moment. But as I said before, I like really defined lines. So I'm going to go back in with my brush and quite a dark colour. So on my blue and purple one I'm going to use, hopefully it'll be dark. Oh no, that's not dark enough. I'm going to use quite a nice dark blue, if I can find one that I like. Oh well, we'll go with this one. And because my brush is square, just if you're using a square brush, you can either use it right on the point, so that for the circles I'll use it on the point so that I can get kind of that. Oh, I don't like that blue at all. Oh no. So I'll use it right on the point so that I can get more lines that I like. I'm going to do quite sketchy lines again though, because I prefer sketchy lines. And then on the bigger, squarer shapes, you can just go straight in with the square and use it like that. I tend to use it quite upright. I just want to get those lines in. I'm using quite a dry brush to make sure that I can kind of get the quality of colour that I want for this bit. And I might actually go back over some of this in a purple, just to kind of get it so it's this similar colourway. Oh, that noise. Apologies if anyone's a bit squeamish. Yeah, so I'm going to go back in with the purple and just get, because I'm still not sure on that. Oh yeah, that's better. So that I'm just kind of getting the right colour combo. I know I said don't think too much about colour, but when it looks a bit dodge, you kind of want to sort it out a bit more than that. I'm really happy with that cling film. I think it looks really good. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing on this one, but I'm going to use a red, and I might mix it in with a tiny bit of kind of darker. So I'm using the same red that I've used before, but I've just mixed it in with a tiny bit of darker red, just to really get that nice, clean line that I quite like. Again, this is my personal preference. You do not have to do all of this, and if you wanted to do, which I might do on this one actually, I might use like different colours on the shapes. If anyone watched that link that I put on in the Bauhaus stuff, they in Bauhaus teaching believe that certain shapes should have certain colours. Now I've not gone along with that because they believe that they should be in primary colours. I can't remember which way round it is, but each shape is assigned a different primary colour. Now obviously I haven't stuck to that at all, but it's something to consider. You might think about using that idea in your work later, like thinking about what colours represent and how they come across and how they might change the idea of something. So I'm always trying to get my circles here to take over the page a little bit. Circles are my favourite shape. Okay, so I will now leave that. Now, what I think looks really good when you carry on with this is if you were to bring in pen, but because at the moment we're kind of just practicing with different marks, with different media, I'm going to leave that there. But later, so when I do my ones where I'm putting on lots of different media and using mixed media, I would start thinking about where I can add in those biro marks that I really liked that we did before. And just because I hate it when my page moves, I taped down my page. You do not have to do that. It's completely unnecessary. And I will use this masking tape again for something else. But so if I go back to that, so I would then think about which of these marks I could bring into that and combine together. So I'm already kind of thinking of ideas. Like, I think that the kind of scribbly circles would look really good over that circle, and if you had a sort of cross-hatched area in that section. So ways that you can combine the media. This part of the process is just about looking at what you can do and with different media and kind of getting used to that before you combine it.